Hey, I'm Dr. Hillary Heschauer. I wanted to go over a few things. I've been asked a lot about the social events that I do at my office. So we do a lot of fun stuff at my office. Today I wanted to talk about professional type meetups at your office. So I would do this just to meet people in the community. It's not like a screening where I'm trying to get them as a new patient, but you want to get like a tight network of people. And this is a great way to meet people, especially if you're new to the area or now during this COVID season. It's nice to reach out to people. I try to reach back out to them every quarter, and I have a spreadsheet and everything. So I'm going to share my screen, and I just typed up some quick notes. So definitely you want to aim your office. And I like to pick a date and a time after work, obviously, because we're going to look for professionals. And then 2 to 3 weeks out, because I feel you need to give them advance notice, but sometimes 4 weeks is too much. They put it on their calendar and then they forget about it. Also, if this is going to be a nice event, then you want to do printed invitations and electronic ones. So I usually use Vistaprint for my printed ones. And then you're going to need to make those 2 to 3 weeks prior to when you want to send them. And if you are not sure who to send them to, who to invite to, your local chamber of commerce is a great place to start. There's usually a list of them. But let's say you were a chiropractor and you wanted to just find a lot of physical therapists and OTs and massage therapists because that was your people and you wanted to connect more with them, or you wanted to add some doulas on there, then you could probably just Google and find a whole list of them and just send them out in your area. So I use Vistaprint for some cute invites. The other electronic ones you could use would be like Evite or Eventbrite. I've always used Eventbrite, so it's kind of like my go-to because you can see and you can track everything. You can make it as a free invite, so they're not paying, but then you get notification when they accept. Same thing with Evite. I just happen to use Eventbrite more often, and so that's what I use. And then you want to send your reminders via email, text, phone calls, even Messenger on social media. I'll message their business, or if I know them personally and I try to seek them out. I follow them on Instagram. I can send reminders on there. So kind of on your calendar, then you would put in your planner a week ahead or so to send reminders out to, because the electronic ones will automatically send reminders, but I sometimes think a personal touch. And if I want to have, let's say, 15 people at an event, I would probably send out 45 to 50-ish invitations, because I find that so many people will say, oh, I can't come, etc. And so you're looking like a third-ish depending on your area. And if you keep doing it, you'll find out what your sweet spot is. If it's always half will show up, then you're gonna know how many to send out. And then as far as food and beverages, one time I did this really cute theme one. I did margaritas and networking. And on the invitation, because it was really pretty, it has a margarita on it. It said RSVP and then reply back with your favorite margarita flavor. And so I was trying to be very cute and catchy. Everyone does beer and wine. Not that there's a problem with that. I was just trying to do something different. So you could even do mocktails, or you could have a theme of something, or maybe you did champagne tasting or scotch tasting, something like that. Or you could just have different iced teas or teas. I know in our community, hot tea is really big right now, and different coffees. So if you could get some different local coffee beans and brew your own, that would be kind of fun too. People would be more oh, that's cute. That's not just a generic social networking type thing. It's actually have some thought into it. So make it memorable however you think that might be. I found that light snacks are only needed. They don't seem to eat a lot. But I try to do something cute. So when I did the margaritas, I had themed snacks with a lot of lime stuff. So obviously I had chips and salsa and queso. And then I think that was the one I had little lime cupcakes with a little lime candy thing on top of it. And that was a big hit. At first people didn't want to eat it. And then I was like, hey, these are locally made cupcakes. You should try them. And then they're like, oh, okay. And of course, then they loved them. But they don't often want to eat and talk. So don't spend a lot on the snacks, really. When the guests arrive, like you have a list and stuff, I like to have like the hello, my name is. I know it seems corny, but a lot of us are visuals, and so we need to see the name too. And then some people will wear their little name tags, but then others won't, and they're too small. And if you need to collect information because you got this information somehow and you wanted email addresses, then maybe you want a sign in for something like that. Let's see. When they come, you're going to welcome them, and I'm going to remove that for a second. So you are just going to welcome them. Hey, everyone. So glad that you could come today, that type of thing. And then try to like mingle around quite a bit. Don't just stay with one person all the time. I'm going to add the notes back. I put on here, don't get stuck in a long conversation. So this isn't like a time where you are going to try to get them as a new patient. So let's say they're like, yeah, I've been wanting to come in, etc. Great. I'm going to get your information and we're definitely going to call you. My new patient specialist will reach out to you. I can do a phone consult, etc. But hey, also let me introduce you to so-and-so. And so make the introductions to people. And if you're not an outgoing person, maybe have someone there with you that is outgoing, that can help you, or that knows a lot of the people, or just get over it, really. I mean, you want to get to know these people, and you want to make this like little gang or this little network of like your people, and the people that refer to you, and they don't necessarily have to be your patient, but they're going to refer to you and they're going to talk you up, and you're going to always be on the top of their list. If someone says, I need a chiropractor, or I need this or that, like they're always going to know who you are. So get to meet everyone. The other thing I like are door prizes. Everyone loves winning something. So you could have like a little fishbowl, and then they could put their business card in it. But even better, if you plan this out ahead of time, you could ask a couple of the people that are coming, like, hey, can you also sponsor a door prize? Because people would love to talk about their business and say like, I would say like, hey, this is Bob. He sponsored one of the door prizes. Bob's going to talk like a couple minutes about his stuff, you know, and the next person. So you could really like intertwine a lot of this too. So how often to have these meetings, right? I have this one that has gone on every month, once or twice a month. We started with twice a month. Now we're at once a month, and it's gone on for years. It's called our Mompreneurs. So as you can guess, it's moms that own businesses. And there's actually quite a few in my area. I'm in Carmel, Indiana, and so it's a suburb of Indianapolis, and they're all speckled around the suburbs. But people don't drive downtown Indianapolis if you live in Carmel and you work in Carmel. So I have the Carmel meetup in my office. So I just reached out to the person. I said, hey, I don't see you have a Carmel location. Can I host your Carmel ones? And she's like, sure. And that was at the beginning of everything. So it worked out perfect. But if you don't have something already like that, then why don't you just create it? You can promote yourself, and you can promote your business. I mean, it works out really well. I've gotten a lot of patients, but I've met a lot of great people who have then referred more to me. And if you're not familiar with this source called Meetup, it's online. I believe it's just like meetup.com. You can pay for it, and you can post your events on there, and then people can RSVP, but people on Meetup are looking for events, and so they might search like business events in their area, and then yours would pull up. So it is a good way. It's not that much per year to sign up for that. So I always post on that too. So first I would send the invites, and then I would post on my social media stuff. You could do like quarterly, do like professional type socials. That's what I was thinking as far as like when I did my margarita one, networking a margarita, just a quarterly social or a bi-yearly type of thing with some of the people I wanted to get to know better, or I just wanted to retouch with them. Like I know them, they've known me, we haven't talked in about a year or so. So I need to like have my feelers in touch and talk and like, how are you doing? How's business? That type of thing. How can I help you? So you always want to help them. Don't ask for a lot of stuff at these. So quarterly socials, bi-yearly open houses. You could do very similar seasonal meetups. So for instance, we had a holiday party for my mompreneurs group. And even though we had to socially distance and there wasn't a lot of us, like it was fun. But you know, those 6 ladies that were there that showed up, like they love me. They love that I had mimosas for them. They love that I coordinated with someone else that has organic wines to do wine tasting, and then we all did like a pitch-in, like potluck type thing. So that's how we did our holiday party. But those are the people that are going to have like top of mind. So you want to keep reaching out to people, keep them top of mind. And then another thing that I used to do, but due to COVID, we haven't, is like chamber events at your office for a social event. Like our Chamber of Commerce would have, I don't know if it was like one or two per month, and then a business could sign up and volunteer to host it. You didn't even have to pay for it if you're a chamber. And then all the chamber members were invited, so they would come to your office and they just mingle. And so at that point, you've already got the chamber sending out all your invites. You don't have to send your invites, and you can still post it on social medias that you're doing it. And then of course, take some pictures, try to get a group picture, and then you could use that on future invites and post it on social media that you're doing this. And then like, if you would like to come to our next one, comment below or something like that. You could definitely use this a lot of different ways. So I hope that that helps with as far as like doing like professional social events. So I wouldn't be inviting my patients to this unless I had professional patients. So as a chiropractor, I would invite my professional massage therapists, Reiki, the MDs, the PTs that I know, the doulas, the mom that owns the birthing center, like things like that, that I want to get to know. And then you can say, invite your friends or invite your coworkers so you get to know them too. Because if they then got to know you and you got to know them, you could definitely intermingle referrals that way. So you want to create a group. And like, if you ask me who are my top referrers, I could list them on one hand to you because I keep in touch with them. And then of course I send them Christmas gifts. So keeping in touch with them in the long haul, have a spreadsheet on your Google Drive, and then I make columns of when I touched with them. If I keep sending them out and they are not responding, they never come to my events, they don't reply back to my emails, then eventually I just take them off the list and add more. So I have 90 spots on my list, and I think I've cleared off some. So I'm at 75 now, and that means I need to meet that many people more to add to my list. So hope that that helps. I think you should do some social events. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Get to know the professionals in your area. And they don't have to be like medical professionals. You could be meeting the local restaurant owners. I mean, the hairstylists, they know everyone. You should just reach out to them too. So hope this helps.